Hello everybody, I hope that you are doing well and doing good. كنتمنى تكونوا بخير وبصحة جيدة. Today's lesson is about our new unit. اليوم الدرس ديالنا متعلق بالوحدة الجديدة اللي بدينا واللي هي متعلقة بالموسيقى music. We will learn types of music أنواع الموسيقى. The musical instruments that we use الآلات الموسيقية اللي كنستعملو and how do I play with this musical instruments كيفاش كنخدم ولا كنلعب بهاد الآلات الموسيقية and how do I feel كيفاش كنحس when I hear music مني كنسمع الموسيقى شنو هما الأحاسيس اللي كنحس بيهم. خدوا الكتبات ديالكم ويلا هو تبعوا معايا باش نراجعوا étape par étape في هاد الوحدة. So as we have seen in our the first poster that is related to our unit which is music, الصورة الأولى اللي تعرفنا عليها, as it is here, we can say that there are in the first picture there are a group of people or a team, very good, so a group of people that are playing which music? Classical music, very good. So the type of this music is classical. نوع ديالها classical music. How do I know this? Using what? Using the violin. Very good. They use the violin and they use also the trumpet. They use the trumpet. But in the second picture, we have also a team or a group of people, 2 girls and 1 boy that are playing. Is it a classical music? No, it's not a classical music. It's a pop rock music. Very good. It's a pop rock music. It's a modern music. اللي هي الموسيقى الحديثة. Modern music. Good job. Now let's move on to see our feelings. الأحاسيس ديالنا when we hear music. Music makes me feel how. So كيفاش كتخليني نحس هاد الموسيقى مني كنسمعها even though classical or pop rock or jazz or I don't know, so any music that you hear, how do you feel? كيفاش كتحس مني كتسمع الموسيقى? So we have many feelings عندنا مجموعة من الأحاسيس that we will say it now. So when I hear or when I hear music, I feel happy. I feel happy. We can say happy or cheerful. Very good. I can feel happy. I feel happy. Or we can say the synonym of happy. The synonym اللي عنده نفس المعنى ديال happy is cheerful or great, amused. So I feel happy, I feel cheerful, or I feel amused. Good job. Also, when I hear music, I can feel sad. I feel sad. When I hear music, I feel sad. Or music makes me feel sad. Makes me feel sad or unhappy. The synonym of sad is unhappy or miserable. I feel unhappy, I feel sad, I feel miserable. So they are synonyms of happy. هادو كاملين عندهم نفس المعنى ديال sad. So I feel sad, I feel sad, I feel unhappy, I feel miserable. غضبان ما فرحان ما والو. So unhappy, sad, miserable. Music makes me feel sleepy, نعسان. So makes me feel sleepy. I want to sleep. I don't want to hear this music. So when I hear it, la 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 la, makes me feel sleepy. I want to sleep. Okay, كنبغي نعس. So how do I feel when I hear this music? I feel sleepy. Or when I feel sleepy, that means I feel bored. Okay, so شي حاجة اللي مملة. Bored. I feel bored. I feel sleepy and I feel tired. So these are synonyms. So we have bored, we have tired, and we have sleepy. Okay, I feel sleepy when I hear this music. I feel bored. Music makes me feel scared. خائف. Makes me feel scared. Or synonym of scared is frightened, makes me feel frightened, or nervous, makes me feel nervous. So when I hear music, I can feel frightened, I can feel scared, I can feel nervous. Okay, so these are synonym of scared, خائف. Okay, scared, nervous, or frightened. When I hear music, I feel, or music makes me feel happy, makes me feel bored, makes me feel sleepy, or makes me feel unhappy or scared. Good job. Let's move on to see the next thing. Now let's move on to see the names of some musical instruments. نشوفوا أسماء ديال بعض الآلات الموسيقية and the families that they belong to. العائلات اللي كينتميو ليها، شنو الأسماء ديال هاد العائلات. Let's see the first line of this instruments: violin, guitar, cello. Violin, guitar, cello. So these musical instruments, they have something they share together. شي حاجة اللي كتجمعهم بثلاثة. شنو هي؟ So that we can play with the bow. Very good. We can play with a bow. And also they have what? They have strings. Very good. They have strings. And the strings, they help us to do what? Strings هما هادوك الخيوط اللي كيكونوا فيهم. So كاملين cello, violin. We use the strings. كنستعملوا هادوك strings. Why? To change the sounds. Very good. To change the sounds باش نغيروا الصوت اللي كيخرج لنا من هذيك الآلة الموسيقية. So we play with the bow. We have 4 strings in a violin, for example, and we play with them in order to change the sounds. These instruments, they belong to the family of string instruments. We call them string instruments. String instruments. علاش سميناهم string instruments؟ حقاش كيكون كلهم عندهم هادوك strings، هادوك الخيوطة اللي كنلعبوا بهم. That's why we call them string instruments, like violin, guitar, and cello. Let's move on to see the next musical instruments. نشوفوا الأسماء ديال الآلات الموسيقية التالية. So we have trombone, we have tuba, we have trumpet. Trombone, tuba, trumpet. So these musical instruments, how do I play with them? كيفاش كنلعب بيهم? Using what? We blow. Very good. So to blow into, like we blow a candle. We have a candle, شمعة, and we blow. Okay, so these musical instruments, we blow into them. كنفخو. We blow into them to make sounds باش نخرجوا داك الصوت اللي فيهم. And how do I change the sound? Using my fingers. Very good. Using my fingers. These musical instruments, they belong to the family of brass instruments. Brass instruments. Brass instruments هما الآلات اللي من نحاس، النحاسية. So we call them brass instruments. Brass instruments هما الآلات الموسيقية النحاسية. Good job. Let's move on to see the next musical instruments. So we have drum, we have tambourine, and we have cymbals. So drum, tambourine, and cymbals, they have something they share. We can hit, okay, كنقدر نضرب, hit them, or we can shake. كنقدر نحرك, like the tambourine. I can shake it to make this sound. So I can hit or shake them. We have tambourine, we have drum, and we have the cymbals. They make sounds by hitting them or by shaking them. We call this family percussion instruments. Percussion instruments اللي كيعطيونا داك الصوت ديال القرع. So آلات القرع. So like a tambourine, بندير tambourine, like the drum, دربوكة, and we have cymbals. They make sounds by shaking them. Okay, so we can hit or shake it. نحركها ولا نضربها باش تعطيني داك الصوت. And the last category of musical instruments, we have clarinet, we have the flute, and we have saxophone. So these musical instruments, we call them, or they belong to the family of woodwind instruments. Woodwind instruments that like the others that we have seen, we blow into them. We blow آلة النفخ تاهما كنفخو فيهم باش نسمعو داك الصوت. Saxophone and flute, we blow into them to make sounds, and we call them woodwind. wood العود, wind سي داك البرد اللي كنخرجو. So woodwind instruments, we also change the sound using our fingers, so we call them woodwind instruments. So we have the brass instruments, we have string instruments, we have woodwind instruments, and the last one is we have the percussion instruments. So كنتمنى تكونوا راجعتوا معايا اشنو درنا وخديتوا الكتاب ديالكم ورجعتوا المعلومات اللي مشات لكم. So غادي نفكركم باللي لو سونتر كمان سبيك اللي عندنا في ليكول ديالنا اللي غادي يكون نهار 2 و 3 غادي نديروا تيست اللي غادي نشوفوا المستوى ديال كل واحد وغادي نحطوا كل مستوى في الجروب اللي مناسب ليه باش غادي نبداو لي كور ديال لونجلي يكونوا فيهم جوج ديال السوايع في كل حصه وجوج ديال الحصص في السيمانه. So if you have any questions اللي كانت عندكم بعض الاسئله وبغيتوا الجواب عليها عيطوا على هاد جوج نوامر اللي غادي نخلي لكم هنا في لاباج ديالي وما يكون غير خاطركم. So welcome to our center. So come and speak. كنتمنى تكونوا استفدتوا وكنخليكم على خير. نخليكم ونشوفكم في الفيديو الجاي ان شاء الله.